Have you ever wondered what really happens inside the Vatican's secret conclave? Not the version shown on live broadcasts, not the ceremonial smiles or the white smoke. We're talking about what isn't filmed, the rituals that don't appear in any official documents, the votes that weren't inspired by the Holy Spirit, but sealed in blood. If you think the Pope is chosen solely through prayer and divine discernment, prepare to hear a different story. One that begins when the lights go out and the corridors of the Vatican become territory of shadows. Stay until the end of this video and discover how a simple cut on a finger can change the fate of the Church forever. And if you're someone who enjoys uncovering what the Church tries to hide, subscribe now and ring the bell. Because this is only the first chapter of what we are going to reveal here. According to accounts never officially confirmed, but recorded in diaries, encrypted letters, and deathbed confessions, there is a dark pact that precedes certain conclaves, a ritual known only as the Oath of Blood. It's not in any catechism. No pope has ever mentioned it. But behind the cold walls of locked chapels, far from the eyes of the Swiss Guard, this oath is said to have been whispered by cardinals before the selection of a new pope. The ceremony involves no hymns, no mass, only silence, a ceremonial dagger, and blood. Each cardinal makes a small cut on his finger and touches an ancient manuscript, swearing loyalty to a group, not to God. A voice, speaking in Latin, seals the pact. I swear in flesh and spirit under eternal witness to uphold what is established here, with blood as proof and silence as armor. But why? Why would men of faith submit to such a thing? The answer lies in power, true power, the kind that isn't seen in white garments, but hides beneath them. Through the blood oath, these cardinals form a voting bloc, a coalition strong enough to control the outcome of a conclave. They agree to vote for a predetermined name, to defend future decisions, and above all, to protect the interests that name represents. And when one of them ascends to the papacy, he doesn't just wear a white robe, he carries a blood debt. This pact also serves to seal prior arrangements, where betrayal is not punished with words, but with exile, loss of influence, and according to some, even spiritual death. Imagine a game where all players agree on the winner before the first move, where the outcome is known in advance, and everyone else is just playing a part. Now imagine the whole world believing it was divine intervention. Welcome to the hidden side of the Vatican's secret conclave. Of course, this theory is denied by every spokesperson of the Holy See, but the clues are everywhere. In the 1958 conclave, unofficial reports claim that Cardinal Giuseppe Siri was actually elected first. His name allegedly reached the 2/3 majority in the first round. But mysteriously, the white smoke turned black. The result vanished. Days later, John the 23rd was announced. Some believe Siri refused the blood oath and was forced to step down. A letter attributed to a member of the College of Cardinals at the time states, "The true elect preferred silence over betraying his conscience." In 2005, after the death of John Paul II, the conclave appeared peaceful. But the rumors were deafening. A group of conservative cardinals allegedly met in secret at Castel Gandolfo days before the vote. They discussed strategies, divided future roles, and sealed, unofficially, the victory of Joseph Ratzinger, later known as Pope Benedict XVI. The speed of his election raised suspicions. Some cardinals were said to have been convinced or pressured to vote according to the plan, not by faith, but by loyalty to a prior pact. The St. Gallen Mafia, exposed years later, also fits into this narrative. Though there's no record of blood being used, accounts say the cardinals involved swore oaths of silence and ideological loyalty. They were reformists, progressives, determined to prevent any conservative pope from being elected. They failed in 2005, but in 2013, after Benedict's resignation, their plans returned. And it said this group secured the rise of Jorge Mario Bergoglio, now Pope Francis. To many, all this is just coincidence, church politics. But what about the documents, the encrypted letters found in private archives of Italian noble families? One from 1712 mentions alliances sealed with iron and faith before choosing the successor of Peter. A manuscript from 1823, discovered in a forgotten monastery in Perugia, describes a ritual where each member offered blood as proof of eternal loyalty. These texts were dismissed by official historians, but the pattern repeats. There is always something hidden before every major conclave. And it doesn't end there. In 1939, as the world edged toward World War II, the conclave that elected Pius XII was surrounded by tension. The Nazi regime loomed. Fascism watched closely. Unconfirmed sources claim political leaders knew the outcome before the smoke even rose. The Vatican never commented. But a handwritten note found in 1972 among Cardinal Pacelli's archives read, "Blood binds us more than words." Was it a metaphor or a confession? Some scholars argue that the ritual doesn't occur at every conclave, only at the most critical ones, when the Church is under threat, when doctrine is on the verge of rupture. In such times, cardinals unite in secret. They form eternal alliances, not for faith, but for institutional survival. An ex-employee of the Vatican Secret Library allegedly wrote in an anonymous letter, "Some books speak more through blood than ink." None of these volumes has ever been shown to the public. Even today, signs remain. In the 2013 conclave, images of the Sistine Chapel showed a small dark stain on one of the ceremonial stoles. Most ignored it, but independent investigators saw it as a possible symbol, a signature, a reminder that the oath still lingers. If all this is true, then the Vatican's secret conclave isn't just a liturgical ritual, it's a shadow war, a silent clash between men in cassocks, driven by forces even they may not fully understand. And each time a new pope steps onto that balcony, smiling to the world, we must ask, who does he really represent? Do you believe the Holy Spirit guides these choices? Or are there human hands, alliances, and secret pacts behind the white smoke? Tell us your thoughts in the comments, and let us know, which of these conclaves do you want us to investigate in the next episode? If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Activate the bell, because in the next video, we'll expose a hidden document suggesting that two conclaves were held in parallel, one official and the other led by dissident cardinals. And believe me, only one was guided by faith. The other was sealed with blood. Because not every pope is chosen. Some are summoned.
Peccata mundi, miserere